My son, these are not principles for a peaceful world. They were forged in the crucible of war, politics, and the human heart. They are hard because life is hard. They are ruthless because history respects only the victorious. And now I pass them to you, not to make you good, but to make you great, not to comfort you, but to prepare you. These are the laws by which empires are built. Read them, grasp them, live by them. Listen closely, son. Do not wait for your fate to unfold like some ancient myth. Destiny is seized, carved into reality by the blade of will and the fire of action. I sacrificed comfort, happiness, even parts of myself, all for destiny. Understand this. The world bends not to wishes, but to those who dare shape it. Law does not rule men. Imagination does. You must speak to their dreams, their myths, their need for grandeur. Symbols, spectacle, legend. These shape nations more than decrees. Make your name the embodiment of glory, and even your enemies will carry it forward. Your mind must become a fortress of order. Work without fatigue by sealing one thought when entering another. And when you rest, truly rest, then return to battle with full vigor. Fatigue conquers the weak. Discipline liberates the strong. Never retreat when offense is possible. In war as in life, boldness wins. Calculate, then strike. Strike again, relentlessly. The enemy may survive your first blow, but few survive the fifth. Momentum is your shield. Hesitation is death. Withdraw from the noise when judgment clouds. In silence, the mind reshapes itself. When others drink distraction, seek solitude. That is where your true compass realigns. Suffering distorts. It hardens the heart and warps the mind. Do not pass your pain on to others. Keep justice intact, even in agony. That is the final measure of self-command. Not every insult requires an answer. Not every enemy a battle. Reserve your force. Let the trivial go. Save your power for the blow that decides the war. Do not dress ideas in velvet when steel will do. Speak clearly. Think plainly. Truth, when struck directly, cuts deeper than ornament ever could. Factions devour nations from within. Remember, unity is not natural, it must be imposed. Replace chaos with a single sovereign will. Your will, one law, one administration, one identity. Then the people will not merely obey, they will belong. My son, history is clay. Shape it, commission it, retell it. Let others record what happened. You decide what it meant. What is remembered is what justifies power. The soldier is not a beast of burden. He is a creature of honor. He fights for glory, for memory, for meaning. Know him. Speak to him in his own language. Feed his dreams, not just bread. Do not rule by knowledge alone. Rule by what works. Abstract models are for professors. Empires are built by men who know the terrain, not the textbook. Information is a weapon. Use it. Guide opinion gently but firmly. Let no rival version of truth take root. If men believe it happened, then for all practical purposes, it did. Make plans, but break them if the world demands it. Flexibility is not weakness. It is the strength of foresight. The wise appear inconsistent because they are consistent only with success. Study the map. That is where true policy begins. Mountains, rivers, ports, these shape history more than kings. Control the land, and you control the future. Revolutions are forces of nature. Do not fight the storm. Harness its wind. Use its language. Stabilize its chaos. Guide its fury into the machinery of state. Diversity of law and practice weakens. Bring uniformity in codes, weights, language, administration. From many parts, forge one indivisible whole. That is how you make a nation. Spread thin, you are weak. Focused, you are unstoppable. Whether on the battlefield or in diplomacy, apply force where it matters most and break through. My son, remember, cannons do not win battles. Belief does. The army must feel invincible. Project it. Cultivate it. Break the enemy's spirit before you break his lines. The soul wins the war before the sword does. Power depends on the illusion of infallibility. Admit no fault. For the moment you confess weakness, enemies will gather. If your course was flawed, redefine the endpoint. Let history believe it was always part of the plan. March forward until time rewrites error into foresight. Create order, not dependency. Too much governance weakens the governed. Set firm boundaries, but leave men the space to act. Prosperity comes from freedom within structure. Overextend the state's reach, and you will breed indolence, resentment, and rebellion. Victories fade, but a road still used, a code still cited, a bridge still crossed. These proclaim your name when your bones are dust. Your legacy must be chiseled into stone and etched into law. That is how one becomes eternal. No man is transparent, not even to himself. But what cannot lie are actions. Trust not promises, oaths, or self-declared virtues. Watch what men do when pressured, when tested. That is where truth resides. Dissect your feelings as you would dissect an enemy formation. Understand them. Trace their origin. Passion, when mastered, is fire for the engine. But left unchecked, it is wildfire, consuming judgment, corroding discipline. Do not assume constancy in men. Triumph alters them. So does defeat. The loyal today may betray tomorrow. The meek may rise if given cause. Observe the interplay of nature and situation. Adapt your trust accordingly. Do not chase illusions of joy crafted by others. Define your own. Live in accordance with your essence, not fashion or imitation. Happiness is found not in novelty, but in authenticity. Anyone can charge a line with saber drawn. Few can hold the helm when the storm obscures the shore. Possess the courage of 2 a.m., when all seems lost and still you remain calm, deliberate, focused. That is the courage that builds empires. Patience has a breaking point, in yourself, in others. Know it. Time a command to strike just before patience fractures, not after. That is where obedience turns into defiance. Do not smooth your edges to fit into molds. Greatness is irregular. You were not born to be understood by the masses. You were born to strike through them, like a meteor flaring in defiance of gravity. Remember, the smallest oversight can sink a fleet. One miscalculation in a column, one overlooked grain in supply, disaster. Precision is power. Learn to love it. Son, do not study history as an intellectual. Study it as a general would. Every failure you might make has already been made. Every triumph already earned. History is the map. Ignore it, and you march blind into ambush. Your enemies will come. Analyze them. Understand them. But do not revolve around them. Let their fury orbit your gravity. Remain fixed on your path. In governance, nothing is simple. Nothing. If it seems so, you are missing something vital. Embrace complexity, weigh contradictions, seek the subtleties. That is where truth resides. Pleasure is fleeting. Legacy endures. Build not for applause, but for permanence. One law that survives is worth more than 1,000 cheers. Every man moves for a reason, often not for the one reason he admits. Dig deeper. Find the invisible passion, the pride, the fear, the shame that governs his visible deeds. Then, and only then, do you truly understand him. Reason is a guide, not a god. There are things logic cannot touch. Learn to feel the battlefield, the crowd, the pulse of the hour. Intuition, trained by experience, often sees what intellect cannot. And so, my son, these are my final instructions. Not for a life of ease, but for one of consequence. You are to wield power, shape history, leave a trace across time. These laws will not make life easier. They will make it yours. As we all know, history is more than just dates and events. It's about the people who changed the world. Get their stories delivered straight to your inbox. Please consider subscribing to my newsletter or leaving a tip in the tip jar. The link is in the description. Your help is greatly appreciated.